Hello, I'm back. I had to take a bit of a break because I ended up getting strep and I lost my voice for almost an entire week. So that was a lot of fun to have to deal with. It was the first really bad, I'm not going to say cold because strep probably isn't a cold, but I guess infection that I've dealt with. And the poor doctor that I went to go see said that it was probably the worst case of strep that he had ever seen in his life. I guess it was so bad that had I waited any longer to go into the doctor, that my throat was so swollen that it was going to start blocking my air pipe. So when breathing makes you choke, you know you're in trouble. But they put me on some really good medicine. I'm on amoxicillin, and they also put me on some kind of a steroid to really help get in there and get rid of all of that inflammation and everything. And I tell you what, that was rough. And I felt really bad because I just made this vlog and I'm like, I'm gonna post, video like every single day and some like 24-hour stuff, and then I just disappear for 2 weeks. So he said not to do a lot of talking, especially not a lot of yelling or anything, not that I could have, but just, to rest my voice and to um, not strain myself with talking and trying to communicate when I could just text. So that's what I literally was doing with CJ, as he'd ask me a question and then I type it out in a text and he'd have to read his phone, and it was ridiculous. And the pharmacy that I use here in town didn't have half my prescription. So I ended up having to drive 40 minutes away to another pharmacy to get the other half of my medication. And I'm so lucky that I have a man in my life that isn't afraid to drive in the city. Because number one, I can't drive at night. I even went to the doctor after hours because I was so sick. I couldn't even think straight. So he had to take me to the doctor, and it was after work, and it was pushing close to 10 o'clock, and he turned around, drove all the way back up to the city to get the other part of my medication, and then drove me all the way home and got me something to eat that wasn't going to completely kill my throat. So I'm just very blessed to have so many people right now that really care about what's going on, because this has been a really rough month already in December. I guess that was the end of no November, but good Lord. Um, also, the low FOB diet that my doctor has me on has been doing wonders. I don't know if any of you have heard of that kind of a diet before, but if you have a lot of stomach problems, like just random foods making you sick, definitely check that out, especially if your weight's like going up and down and all that, because it's not like keto. And I've read a lot of things, and not everybody is the same. Not everybody's body is going to react the same. And I just couldn't sustain myself. I was one of those people that it just didn't work for. I have friends that it works for, and I'm happy for them. But low FOB has actually helped me a lot. And what my doctor told me was to start out with the low end, and if those foods didn't bother me, then to try to add in other foods into my diet that I was eating before, and to keep a log. That is extremely important. Always keep a log of what you eat. So if something bothers you, you can go back and look, and you know what it was. You're not guessing. Because if you're like me, you can't even remember what you ate yesterday or the day before. It just kind of is just something that you do and then you forget about it. But it's really been helping me feel better. Food doesn't scare me anymore to eat. There are some things that, it bums me out that I can't have them. I can't have French fries, and I have to be really, really, really careful about like cheeseburgers. I can't have hot dogs. I can't have chili dogs anymore. I have to be really super careful about bread. Um, I've literally like eliminated bread from my diet today. I had a cauliflower pizza for the first time in my entire life, and I let CJ try some of it, and he actually thought that it was pretty good. It was a little bit different, but it's pizza. Who doesn't like pizza? You know, and they got like flatbread pizzas, and you got cauliflower pizzas, and it doesn't have all of that extra stuff in it that could possibly bother me, even though they cost a little bit more. I mean, hey, if you're craving pizza, I mean, you can't really sniff at that. But it's really brought me out of this place mentally where I just didn't want to try things that were considered healthy, because you put healthy on anything and you all of a sudden think, well, that's just going to taste nasty because it's been loaded up with like vegetables and all of this, horrible stuff. But if you know what you can eat, it's not so scary anymore, because I felt like vegetables were my arch nemesis, because I would get vegetable trays and they would destroy me, but it was the kind of vegetable that I was trying to eat, not actually, the fact that vegetables are bad. It's just all the vegetables that I like to eat raw, they want me to eat cooked, and I'm not a big fan of most cooked vegetables. Anyway, so yeah, I've been doing all that, and did a lot of research online. And anyone who has this problem that's like small, you're not carrying around a lot of weight around with you, I take my hat off to you, because dealing with this and also dealing with all the weight problems that the steroids have brought my way has just been super hard, because not only are you trying to get your regular life back, you're also trying to get back down to a healthy weight so that you don't have all of the medical problems that come with being obese. So I got all these things going on, but the low FOB diet has been helping, and the mindset that I have had is I would rather feel good for weeks on end than have a couple moments of pleasure and eat the piece of cake or eat the ice cream or have that chili dog, because I just don't care. Or French fries, onion rings, stuff that, normal people can have, and it's always out there in your face. And being in chronic pain really changes the way that you see a lot of things, because now it's like I smell popcorn and a radar goes off, a siren goes off in my ear, don't touch that. It will hurt you. I have the same reaction to French fries and most fried foods, ice cream, big no. I mean, the dairy just by itself, milk, not supposed to have it. Ice cream, not supposed to have it. A taste, you know, is okay, but eating an entire thing by myself, nope, can't do it anymore. And you know, anyone that's watching this might think, oh my God, I would hate to be you. That must suck so much. That used to be the way that I thought, but would you rather be in chronic pain or feel good and be able to function and not be in bed all day and take all of the horrible medicine that keeps you from being able to do what you want to do, and I just choose to feel good because I felt bad for the last 2.5 years, and I just want to feel good. I want to be healthy. I want to be able to play with my son. I want to be able to run again. I want to be able to go for those long walks that I used to go on without, being out of breath by the time I get to the end of the block. I'm slowly working my stamina up so that I can go and do those things. But, I just want to feel good. I want to feel good. I want to have my life back, and I can still have those things once in a while. I just have to choose what it is that, I want to have, and then I have to eat it in very small amounts. So, I still get to have those things, like I can snatch a French fry from CJ and get a little bit of a taste and then let him have the rest of them and be perfectly fine. I actually did that the other day. He got curly fries from, I think, Hardee's, and I ate the little tidbits that were left over, and it didn't bother me. But I'm actually feeling really good in the morning. If I do feel bad, because CJ usually checks in with me all the time to see how I'm doing, and the medication that they have me on has some really bad side effects as far as like bowel movements go, and those alone just by themselves can make you feel like poo. So when I'm off of this medication, if I remember to take it correctly, dear God, I should be off of it this Friday, because I forgot to take it one time last week, and then I was really kicking myself because then I would have been off of it on Thursday, but no. But yeah, so the diet's going really good. My throat still kind of hurts a little bit, but it's just sore. And he told me that it was probably going to be sore for, you know, a few weeks because of how bad it was. But I'm trying to stay away as many sick people as I can, because sick people just need to stay away from me. And I'm not blaming any particular person, for coming over, but this is just how it is now. And I did find a mask that I'm gonna try to get. It's called a Vogue mask, and I guess they are approved by like some medical group to actually keep out like certain airborne viruses and cold germs and crap like that. So I'm gonna try to get one of those, and then after I get that, I'm gonna try to start looking for jobs, and definitely gonna be wearing that mask because That's gonna keep me from hopefully catching a lot of the stuff that's going on right now with my weakened immune system. So we're gonna get through this cold season, and we're going to triumph in not getting sick repeatedly. At least that's my hope for this time of year, because my God, I don't even want to go outside right now because of all the stuff that's going around. But I know that I really, really, really wanted to make a video on Thanksgiving, and I missed that because, hey, I wanted to spend time with family. I was barely getting my voice back, and missed out on a weekend with my kiddo. So I just spent all of my time with him, and we had a blast, and it was just a good time that was had by all. So happy late Thanksgiving. I hope that you stuffed your face and it was amazing. I know that I did, and I took all of my medication with me because I knew something was going to bother me. And I'm happy to say that everything that I ate was fine. I had one piece of pie and called it good, and all was well. So, and now it's December, and Christmas is right around the corner, and it's tried to snow off and on, but if it's snowing where you're at, be careful. And I will catch you all in my next vlog. See you later.